Greetings, everybody. It's me, Renato Botanner, here once again with just some words for us all. I hope everybody had a good day today. Mine wasn't that great, but it wasn't that bad. I can't complain. I mean, I could, but it doesn't do much good. The ultimate reality is I'm still here. Any of you watching out there in YT land, you're still here. I made a video a couple of days ago just speaking slightly on the issue that we're all dealing with right now with this pathogen, this global pandemic. There are a number of different things that all of us can do to try and keep ourselves right and, the way we need to be. It's difficult because people are so paranoid. They're afraid. And if you breathe around people today, you might get beheaded. It's that bad in some cases. Really not, but you know what I mean. The ultimate reality is that our health is the most important thing that we have. And in the circumstances that we're dealing with right now, you have people who, look, we're all told to wear masks. I myself, I do wear a mask when I go out. But the masks there's issues. Even though some people don't believe it, the truth of the matter is it alters our breathing. It makes it so that our lungs become adjusted to the air not coming out the same way it normally would had there not been a mask. We also suffer from the chances of overexposure to carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is a very natural gas. Under normal circumstances, it won't hurt you. But it can hurt us because it was meant to be expelled by the organism, our bodies, right? When we wear masks, we get much more of it than we're supposed to. Now, if you're just doing it for an hour or two or something like that, like physicians, surgical people who perform surgeries, they don't wear them that long. So it normally was never an issue. But with circumstances as they are right now, where we're told basically you can't even go into places unless you have a mask, I'm not saying don't obey the rules. Obey the rules. But in the process of that, when you go home, do certain exercises for your lungs because we're subjecting them to a lot of trauma, even if it doesn't seem like it. They're adjusting to a breathing pattern that is not normal by being covered for the most part for long periods of time. Remember, there's people who are working and they're not working for 2 or 3 hours wearing masks. They have to work 8 hours or 10 hours or more. So it's becoming an issue. And the sad thing is, however long this is going to last, I don't want to appear to be like, pessimistic or anything like that, but I'm just realistic. And the reality of it is, even when the CDC or whatever other groups are out there that people respect, and they come forth and they say, okay, everything's good, you no longer have to follow the quarantine rules any longer. The truth of the matter is, it's not going to really be that way. Honestly, it's going to be anywhere from 5 to 10 years before things truly go back to normal, if they ever do. Most people have no idea of what has actually happened and how it has thrown most people's lives off. It's done it big time. And on top of it, it's caused the basic disintegration of human contact. People don't hug each other anymore for the most part. People don't, they don't. I understand the thing about socializing and why they're saying minimalize it. In many cases, they're actually saying, period, don't even do it. But the ultimate reality is, look, we are types of beings where we are social. This is what we do. There's true energy when we're in groups and when things happen like concerts and sporting events and, just things like that. These are the types of things that motivate us. These are the types of things that uplift our spirits and make us proud and glad that we're alive. Look, most people have to work all day. anywhere from 4, 6, 8, 10, even 12 hours out of a day just to be able to continue to live and get up the next day. That's not fun. But the ultimate reality is we have found ways to make life at least somewhat enjoyable. And this pandemic has pretty much crushed that. Now, it has happened once before. It's happened many times before throughout the course of history. But I'm 54 years of age, and this is the first time that I have ever really experienced anything of this type of magnitude concerning health issues. And I mean, look, I'm not going to sulk. I'm not going to sit here and cry the blues. But truthfully, listen, this is the way I feel right now. You saw that? That was the devil without horns. Now I mask it. We get by. Everybody has their own coping mechanisms. But the truth of the matter is you all know as well as I do that many of you feel the way what I just showed you. And you know it. We can't change it, though. We can't evade it. We just have to do the best that we can do to remedy the circumstances for ourselves, for our loved ones, and for the rest of the people on the planet. We have to go back to being able to interact. We're interacting now. I know this, and you know it too, but not the same way. It's not the way it was really designed to be compartmentalized like this. You know what I mean? And but look, for the time being, we have to endure it. One of the things I would suggest is there are many of you who already know about some practices like this. The thing is many people are actually afraid to do it because they figure if I have it, I don't want to spread it to my family, or, I don't want it spread to me. But the ultimate reality is this thing has thrown us off physically in such a way that it's going to be 10 times more damaging. Even like when I said earlier, when organizations such as the CDC or any of these other health groups come forth publicly and say, okay, we can go, you can add ease now. The ultimate reality is it's going to be hard for us, many of us, to get back into the groove of things. Some of us won't have a difficult time at all, but there are others who are going to have severe difficulties in the process of doing it. There are numerous exercises, physical movements, but believe it or not, the ones that we're going to really have to focus on are the ones that we're too afraid to at this point. And that's breathing. I mean, I'm serious. I mean, breathing. Breathing is the essence of life. We can go weeks without food. We can go days without water, but we literally can only go a few moments. And that's if you're trained. That's if you exercise your lungs to go without air. There are practices, many practitioners of martial arts and of yoga have mastered a lot of breathing techniques because it's a format. It's literally part of the format of these cultures, these systems. And one of them, I mean, there may be numerous terminologies for it, but in English, plain and simply put, which is the language that I speak, it's simply called breath of fire. It's one of those breathing techniques that exercise our lungs. You will feel an energy come over you. In some ways, you will almost feel like someone put a blanket over you if you begin these practices. And it's really simple. It's just like doing simple movements like this. Simple movements, simple exercises like that for the lungs will do wonders. I cannot express it to you enough in words. It's something that you would literally have to physically do for yourself so that you will realize what I and many other people have realized and have been speaking about for years. There are many forms. That was a simple one where it was like short breaths. You can do them a little deeper. But the other thing, believe it or not, is really simple. It's not hard at all in any way. Breath of fire really isn't hard, but some people do have problems, pulmonary issues. So just start off slow with things like that. But nevertheless, attempt to do it. It means everything. The other thing, basic, simple. Just do deep breathing. Breathe in as deep as you can and exhale as forcefully as you can. Not to the point of discomfort, but just to do it. If you begin to do some of these practices, you will realize what I'm talking about. Mere words alone they can't describe it. You know what I'm saying? It's something that you have to experience for yourself so that you know. But things like that are necessary. We all know that exercise in general, of course, whether there was a pandemic or not, that we've always been told that exercise is one of the best things that we could ever do for ourselves. You know, people use terminologies in life like elixir of life. And what that means basically is, finding the thing that will give us longevity, the thing that will make it so that we can continue to go on, or at least for longer durations of time. We all know how things go. You never know when you're going to go. But the ultimate reality is the one thing that we do have at least somewhat of control over is our own selves. I've heard a lot of different things over the years. And one of the things that I have truly come to find as being true, the best thing, there is no greater accomplishment that one can acquire than mastering one's own self. There is no greater accomplishment. If you can master your own self, you can literally have anything. So, these are things that, all of us, I have to do it. All of us have to do these types of things. And we have generations coming up after us. There were generations before us, and that's how many of us got to learn the things that we learned, because those who were before us showed us what to do. In some cases, it was really, really good. In some cases, it was bad. But the ultimate reality is we were shown, and we're responsible for showing those who will come after us. Look, I'm saying these things because, like, I know whether this pandemic was here or not, the ultimate reality is life isn't always easy for everyone. For some people it really is, but for many others it really isn't. It's a difficult thing to know that for the most part, you have to get up and do something that you really would not do if you didn't have to do it, just to maintain your survival. Look, we make the best of things, but we all know that's not what we want to do. It isn't what we want to do at all. Anyway, I just wish the best for us, man. I hope that everybody out there in YT land can be happy and healthy and live the way you want to live without harming people unjustly. There's a lot to life still, no matter what. I'm a firm believer in that. I tell myself this stuff every day because I'm suffering from depression. That's one of the reasons why I'm making this video. I'm suffering from depression, but I don't want drugs, man. I don't want drugs. At least I don't need the drugs. What I need is just to be able to interact with people that have similar interests and loves like I do. And that is the best medication one can ever have. On that note, I'm not going to say anything about the medical profession. If you need something to help you get through it, by all means, do so. But if you don't have to do it, don't do it. I'm just telling you what would give me the biggest thrills in life. I know I'm not alone, and like I said about the depression, but we can get through this. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't know, seek. There's always a means for us to be able to find things out. We're in an age where we're blessed. I'm speaking to you from a device right now where I don't know how many views this will get, but the ultimate reality is this can be seen by millions. Even now in this day and time, billions, because technology is pretty much everywhere. It has its good points and it has its bad points. So I try and strive and deal with the positive aspect of things. Like there's old expressions. I forgot. I shouldn't have even said that. Hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. That's it. Hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. Because if you do that, if you have that mindset, at least if things don't go the way you want them to go, you were prepared to deal with it. If it didn't happen as you wanted it to happen, you know. Anyway, I'm not going to ramble on too much more right now. I just, best wishes to everyone. May 2021 be really, really good. And on that note, bye.